actually never had any self-doubt in any of the matches at Sydney. So that doesn't mean to say I wasn't, behind sometimes on points, but I always knew that if I gave my absolute everything, my heart, my soul, it was like putting my entire being on the line on that day, that I knew that I could beat every one of those girls on the day. So it was just, because Taekwondo is very much, it's such a tactical sport. So it's about outsmarting your opponent. I always knew that I had the ability, if I stayed focused and I stayed in the present moment and I reacted as I knew I should, then that I could, make that happen. So even if I was down on points, it was like, how am I going to get this, and just working it out. But I never for once doubted that I wasn't going to win for that whole day. But, one of the things that we worked on a lot was talking about that it was just an ordinary thing in extraordinary circumstances, because the Olympics are very overwhelming and they're like nothing else in terms of sporting events. And even the Olympic Village, it's so massive. It's like every type of food for every culture that you can possibly imagine in this incredible smorgasbord that's as big as a football field. And it's just huge, and there's athletes walking around of all different shapes and sizes, and there's events on, and you can go to all these different things, and to keep focused in that environment is really important. So I was competing at the State Sports Centre, which I've competed at so many times before. It was just dressed up in all this Olympic bling. So I knew the space. It was small, it was a small stadium, and I knew the referees, I knew all the other competitors. I'd been travelling around the world competing against these girls, so it was about bringing it back to that normality. This is my job, this is what I do, this is what I train for. I know all of this. It's just an extraordinary circumstance, but it's an ordinary day. So then I felt like I wasn't overwhelmed by the event, that I was actually in control of the situation, and that was really important.